All right, I got it started, man. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Virtual
Sweet,
Minds.
sweet.
I'm here with Marlin. Say hi, buddy. Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
So
Ooh,
I brought
I'm
Marlin
scared. Oh,
onto the show because don't be scared, man. Because he's very. It seems like he's very successful as far as TikTok creation is concerned, and this dude is like a wizard whenever it comes to
a
photos.
wizard.
A
Oh,
wizard,
shit.
yeah. Whenever it comes
I've
to
always wanted to be in
photos
Harry
and
Potter, so.
oh, well, I mean, fuck, you could probably film it with the way that you do shit in VR chat.
Hey, the idea is already written down.
So what's it like to get confused for bamboo all the time? What's it like?
Okay, that's the first time anyone's asked me that question because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, are you bamboo?" And then they'll like, there's a bunch of people that actually believe that I'm bamboo, but like this is my virtual reality version, and then the bamboo is just the blender version. I don't know why. Why is it? Because like we look similar? Like,
yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's because you guys look pretty similar. Yeah, because I saw that one video that you made, and I was like laughing. I'm like, wait, is this fucking bamboo? And yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to say about that. And I was like, well,
I mean, I have his
maybe
avatar, but like,
yeah. I was gonna say maybe they're best friends. I don't fucking know.
Bamboo is a very weird character. You know, there's a conspiracy, and like, well, legally, I gotta leave it at that. Legally, you know, I can't legally say any more information unless we're in like a, you know, if we had a more private setting, then I could talk to you about it. But in a public setting, I'm not able to disclose that information.
Oh, oh, okay. So I'm guessing that you do know him then, like you've met him and talked to him or
I
something.
mean, like, I've met him twice. One time I met him, I said some really cryptic things, and then the second time I met him for a little bit. I guess we hung out for 3 hours. He seems pretty cool.
Hmm.
But there's conspiracies. Don't
Yeah,
don't forget
that's
that.
that's his
Trying to figure it
lore, right? That's his whole lore that he's going with.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know how like stalkers have like their wall and they have the red string and it like goes to the connections. Yeah, like I
Mhm.
had that like in
I
real
saw
life
that.
on my wall. So we're still trying to figure that out.
Oh, you got it on your wall. Man, you and
Else had
fucking
it in my rope.
Shadow Star, man. Like you guys end up being buddy, man. I don't know if you know who that is. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. Shadow's funny. I love Shadow.
Oh yeah.
I have. It's so hard. It's hard to hang out with him because he's always busy. You know, he's a busy guy. He's a very popular busy guy.
yeah,
But
it
he's
definitely
funny. He's
is.
cool.
Definitely is. Yeah, he's like, oh,
So
dude, there's
into
the
that
whole thing.
interview.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have him. He was. I had him on my podcast, which is actually kind of funny. So I brought him to this world, right? And he's my
Yeah.
third episode, so it'll come out on December 1st. I'm doing it twice a month right now. I've got like 5 episodes in the pocket, you know, just in case there's a time when I can't get episodes, then I can buy myself some time to try and find someone else or whatever. But he was my third episode, and this dude, he's like, wow, this is a pretty cool place. And then next thing you know, his next video is in this fucking world. And I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, I noticed his next video.
I was like, you.
Okay,
dick.
so he's unhinged in a a way.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
like there's the bad unhinged, then there's the good unhinged. He's on the good side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would agree. He's a little ate up about his past, and I mean, rightfully so, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, he's a good bean. Like overall, like he's absolutely a good bean. But he was God, before we started the podcast, he was like, dude, the whole bamboo thing, it's a whole thing, I promise. He's like, it's really interesting. And he's like, dude, there's a whole, I was like, oh my God.
Yep. Yeah, there is.
It's a whole thing. And I'm just like, I wouldn't even know, like where to kind of start with that. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. He's just a very like interesting character in himself, and it's like there could be anything. but it's just like he kind of came out of nowhere. He grew really fast. He magically
Oh
knows
yeah.
Blender.
He
You know, he's got
magically
like
knows
the
Blender.
stalker kind of like videos and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like fucking serial killer shit. Like putting bodies under the bed
Yeah.
and shit.
You know, maybe he likes to be stalked. Maybe he likes to do the stalking. Guess maybe we'll find out one day.
Yeah, maybe. So I gotta ask, what got you into making TikToks and you know, like really interesting fucking, what's it called, videographer, photographer. Like, I don't want to even say photographer because it's not just cinematic. That's the word. Jesus, fuck, my Neanderthal ass can't even put words together.
It's all good. I mean, like, I've done a lot of that stuff in real life, but it's like I don't have a camera guy in real life, and the fact that we can have a floating camera and control a camera right here that's like way over there, and like you can green screen in the camera. Like if I would like if that camera was like $10,000 in real life, I'm buying it like 100%. I don't have money, but I'm gonna figure that out because that's like that would be the best camera ever. So it's like now you can have the freedom of like being any avatar, customizing an avatar, being in any world, making worlds. Like there's literally like it's like endless. Like you can do literally anything.
Yeah.
So
oh no,
like,
I agree.
Like creative freedom. That's just so nice. But I will have to say so before, I was kind of interested in the VR chat, like filming. The one person that got me like, into it in the sense of like, okay, like I want to film this, like that gave me inspiration was Chaotic Eclipse. One of his video was, it was like, I think it was the Blade Runner video. You know, I've never actually seen the movie, but you know, like the big like pink girl and she's like a hologram or something like that, and he's like the guy's like talking to it or something like that.
Okay.
It was one of those videos. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was one of his videos, and I saw that, and I was like, wow, like I can't believe you can do that in VR chat. Like that's insane,
dude.
And
yeah.
Basically, ever since then, I've like wanted to do videos. So shout out Chaotic Eclipse. It's
there
all
you
because
go.
of you.
Good job, man. Yeah, I think one of the ones that kind of got me wanting to make videos was I think it was Lucifer. Is the one that that did it for me, and but it was it was like the one where there's like a demon and then his buddy gets killed by the demon and he's just like no, screaming, right? I think that was Lucifer, and I was just like, holy shit. I was like, good god. Like, this is fucking impressive.
Yeah, and he makes really good stuff too. Like
everything's original too. Impressive. It's so good. Yep. And I guess a shout out to you, Lucifer.
The content.
You're welcome.
Yeah, like you're welcome. Content is good.
Yes,
we
absolutely.
Like to see the original stuff. You know, it's I don't know. It's just like the creative aspect of it is just so cool. So,
dude, it is. It is. And so where do you like? Do you just come up with something just like while you're driving, and then just come up with some random thing that you're like, oh, I want to make a video about that? How does the whole thing work for you?
Certain music will give an idea. Random ideas that come to my head when it's 2 a.m. and I have to get up for work at 5 a.m. You know, driving to work, being at work, just pretty much like randomly I'll think of an idea, or I'll have like kind of ideas that like I've had for a while that I wanted to film in real life. Then I'm like, oh, I can do now, but like in like a VR chat version or something like that.
Oh man, that's I never thought about that.
Random. And sometimes I'll have an idea, and then like I'll just film that idea, and I'll like there's literally like an idea. For example, I want to climb out of a TV for a video that I'm doing, and it's like now it's just gonna build off of that. I have no idea what it's gonna be, but it's just like it just like sometimes they just build off of each other of like the actual shots, and it becomes something. It's just it's kind of random.
So here's the question: Do you do scripts? Do you do scripts for your videos?
Not really.
The fucking nice wolf would hate you. The fucking nice wolf would hate you so much. So
why?
Hold that thought for a second. So dude, so on my talk show, I had Beans is a different thing. I do 2 skits with my guests. I do 2 skits and then I talk to them about their content and all that, fun jazz. Well, dude, when we were filming it, I was like, yeah, just do this. Like, just go with it. And then he's just like, I need a script. He just goes, I need a script. And I'm like, no, man, no. You can just go with the flow, man. Like just like we're having a conversation. And he's like, I need a script. And then I'm just like,
yeah,
but you'll be fine. And no, he's like, I need a fucking script. And I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. So I had to type one out in Discord and send it to him. And then from then on, every time we do anything together, he's like, here's your script. And I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Every single fucking time. It's hilarious.
It's easier to do a video with a script just because you know what you're doing. Like, I will write the video idea down because I'll forget it. So I have like a list of a million ideas. And then sometimes I'll put certain points in there that I want to remember. Sometimes I'll write down general things to say, but I'll usually just use that as an idea when I'm filming and just build off of it. So I can't read off a script. Like, dude, I can't read a script and then do the video. It's literally impossible. Like, I have to have it like, it's okay, say bananas are yellow. Okay. Bananas are yellow. Okay, like I'll literally forget like the thing.
What's my line?
I'm saying. Yeah. So it's just I'll just build off. I just like improvise it. I guess is what you'd say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Improv, man. Random. Dude, that's how I do.
Yeah.
Pretty much every video. Like I just fucking do it on the fly. I come up with something, and then I'm like, okay, I think this would be funny. So I'm just gonna go with it, and a good example of that is what's the name of the video? It's called Barbecue or some shit. And so the premise of my video is I call my friend and I go, hey, you want to come over for a burger and a beer? And he goes, yeah, man, I'll be right over. He's like, all right, cool. And then I flip one, like I'm only got the one burger and one beer, and he just looks at me and he's like, just the one burger? And I was like, yeah. I said, burger and a beer. It was like, and speaking of beers, I'm out. Can you get me another one? And he was just like, fucking stares at me. And then he goes, I knew you had more than one beer. And he goes in. And then while he goes in, I go to flip the patty and it fucking falls between the rungs and the grill. He just goes straight into the fucking coals. And I'm just like, oh shit. The one fucking patty. And so that's the thing.
No burger.
But the thing is, I didn't plan for that shit at all. Like that wasn't even the premise. That wasn't even so we were gonna do a video, but it had nothing to do with that. So the way that it happened, is the video that we were gonna do was I was gonna be sitting there grilling with a beer, and then he comes up and I go, hey man, I need another beer. And then he goes off and he goes, there's no beers here. There's only this gay seltzer. And then I go, it's fine, right? I just do this fucking floppy wrist thing. And that was going to be the video. But I had such a fucking hard time with these patties. Like you go touch it and they go, pew, and it fucking fly off. And I was like, God damn it. Like every time I fucked it. Dude, I made a blooper video for that. Like you have to check it out because it's just obnoxious. How many fucking times it happened. And it's just fucking annoying. Like he was bad. And then I go to flip it. I go to flip it and I'm like, oh cool, I got a flip. And it goes shrunk between the rungs. And I'm just like, fuck! Like, come on! And he's just laughing at me. I was like, fuck it, this is what the video's about now. So that's what we made sometimes it about.
That makes like random things can just make the video better. Like you'll have a video idea, and then something completely different happens, and it's like, yep, that's what was better than what I thought. Like I've had that happen many times.
Dude, it's so fun. Like it's so fun doing that stuff. And just going with shit on the fly. I'm like a fucking cowboy, bro. Like I'll do all the shit on the fly. Just figure it out. Like if you need something figured out and you don't know how to get it done, be like, hey, just figure it out, man. Just give it to me, and I'll fuck it. You may not like it, but I'm gonna figure it out.
I'll outsource my certain like video testing to like an Indian company, like your Indian company.
yeah, man. Just fucking here you go. Oh, okay. I added dog noises to it. What?
Like a lot of times I do like video testing. Like I'll have a video idea, and then like I have to test it so I know exactly how it's gonna work before I bring somebody in, if I'm even doing a video with somebody, because like a lot of times I'm like figuring it out when someone's there and they're just like standing there and I feel bad, so like I'll do video testing. So I'm like, if I outsource my video testing to a third-party company, I don't even have to do that. They can do it for me. It was like, so I did that with Chaotic. I got Chaotic to do me some video testing. I'm like, all right, hired. Good. We hired that company.
Interesting. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so how do you do all your editing? Like what software do you use?
I use Windows Movie Maker.
Okay. Windows
No,
Movie Maker.
no. I thought you were gonna like call bullshit on that. No.
Nah,
I just use
no, you.
Premiere.
Oh, okay. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Like, do you like using that kind of software? Because
Yeah, I
because
mean,
that
like,
seems to what.
I guess I just love the whole process. Like, I like filming and editing, but
Dude,
it's
it's
like,
so much
I mean,
fun.
like all Adobe applications are great, and it's like the movie industry uses like Premiere Pro, After Effects, like a lot of those applications, and it's like you can do so much with it. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Interesting.
the stuff you can do. It's just like, I mean, it's like it would be for like Premiere's like the main editor, and then like After Effects would be like mainly your effects and stuff like that. Then you have like DaVinci Resolve, which you can edit on, but it's mainly for like color grading and like other stuff. But I mean, a lot of people use CapCut, but like
Yeah.
CapCut's cheap,
Yeah.
so like it's definitely like a decent option, like a different
Like if
like
you
a
have
different thing
nothing, I
that
could understand
like you
that,
don't want
right?
to spend $200 a month or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I use Filmora Wondershare, and dude,
Okay, I know what that is. Yeah.
it's pretty fucking cool. Like, okay, so I did a video with me interviewing myself. I interviewed myself for like 5 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever, and the way that I did it
Yep.
was I just had the camera right on the two chairs, and then I sat in the chair, and I had to do a script on this one. Like I just fucking had to. Like I just. And then I had to
Yeah.
listen to it and then respond. It was a whole thing. And I did it like 3 or 4 times in different camera
Oh
angles.
wow.
But so I had a bunch of film. But anyway, so
Yep.
so when I filmed it in this chair, I would go to the other chair and film it in that chair, and then Filmora has a really cool thing. So I don't have to green screen. I can if I want to, but I don't have to because it has a an AI cutout tool that it uses for every single frame, which is really cool. And you just like you have the length of the of the clip, and you go in and and you just brush it, right? You just brush what you want, and then you do that 3 or 4 times or whatever, however many times you want to do it for the length of the video, and then you go AI cut, and it'll slowly go through frame by frame and cut it out, and then it'll be fucked up, and then you just update it, and then it gets better and better and better, and it's really fucking cool.
Okay.
And you can also do AI generated music. So you just say,
AI
I want it to be
music. Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So they have a tool on there that you go, I want it to be this length exactly to the second, and I want it to be like I want it to be sad, or I want it to be happy, and I want you to generate 5 different things for me to look at. And he goes boop, and fucking 60 seconds, not even that, it'll get all these songs brand new, and then you just go and listen, and you just listen to them, and then you pick the one that you want, and it'll charge you for that one. When I say charge, I mean like you get all these little tokens.
Okay.
You get all these little tokens whenever you get the stuff, and it just uses those tokens. It's
cool, actually.
it's really fucking interesting, yeah. And they added a bunch. They added a bunch of
they've
AI
been around
tools
for a while.
Yeah, and they just went
They've
to
been,
13
like, in the editing game for
13.
Wow.
13th generation, yeah, or fucking version or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, it's they just
Cool,
did
though,
it.
that they use AI.
And it's, dude, it's honestly like probably the only reason why I'm sticking with them, because those AI tools are invaluable, man. Like they are fucking great.
Yeah. That's actually cool.
And also has all sorts of transitions, stickers, which could be backgrounds. They move and stuff. It's got all sorts of. It's got a whole bank, right? But it also has already AI generated music. Like it already has stuff that's already generated, and also and just music that's created by people that's copyright free. So it's all available to you, and also has sound effects. So any of these things in there, you just type it out. It's like, I can't remember how much it is. It's like, I think it's like $80 or $80 or $90 for the for like Filmora Wondershare, and it's permanent. Like you have full rights forever. Like you don't have to pay monthly.
That's yeah.
Yeah, and
I hate
but
subscription stuff.
I know. But the kicker on that is you do have a pretty damn good data, like a pretty good bank of effects and transitions and shit like that. You have a pretty good bank, but eventually you're gonna get tired of them. So they have more that's available to you for like $20 or $30 a month, and it's unlimited access to all their shit. And to more data banks of stuff. So and even more software, which is pretty fucking cool. It's
that's wild.
Dude, I didn't realize how fun editing was until I started actually doing it. I was like, fuck, man, this is so much fun. And it seems like
fun, but it can be
you're
boring.
into it too.
Like,
yeah, oh god, yeah.
But it's like there's so many times where I'm like tired after work and I'm just like falling asleep when editing because it's just something I'm editing is just boring or something like that. Like it just depends.
Do you ever?
Stuff's actually pretty good to.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you ever like sit there and just listen to the same thing again and again and again and again and again and again? And you're just like, fuck, I'm tired of hearing this. I'm tired of hearing my fucking voice. Like, fuck.
I mean, I guess I was in the beginning of like filming, but that would have been like a long time ago. Like, I guess I kind of just got used to like just hearing the same thing over and over again.
Okay. Interesting.
So what it is. Like, if it's like a really weird audio or like something annoying, then maybe. But like for the most part, it's like I'm used to just like playing a certain clip back a bunch of times, just like fine tuning stuff.
Interesting. Like how into depth do you go with your videos? Because dude, I got to be honest. Like the quality of film that you have is fucking phenomenal. No, and I also was wondering how you got so many like followers, and I'm like, I've only seen like 10 videos. It's like, maybe like did you make like a bunch of really good videos and then just end up deleting them or something, or what happened? Like how did you get to 100,000?
I mean, like I've had that account for like quite a while. I used to do content on it, and then it's just like I took a break from doing stuff, and then when you're a little bit older or you just see your old content, you're like, oh, that's cringe. I need to just like get rid of it. Yeah. Like we all do that, and I'm like, let's get rid of that. Let's start with new stuff. And then I just wanted to do like more cinematic based stuff. And so I just kind of like got rid of out with the old, in with the new. Yeah.
You know what? That's fair. Because I was like, Jesus Christ, how is there so many reposts and there's like 10 videos and this motherfucker has 100,000? I was like, he's got to be deleting his shit, and I bet it's fucking good. So I bet it's all good, man. And he's just like, oh, I don't like it.
Some people are like, oh, botted account? And I'm like, no. I mean, it's like you could do that, but that's such a waste of money.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to bot the followers and then like bot the like the views and like literally everything at once. And at that point, you just get banned. So it's like,
really?
Like what would be the point?
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean, like if TikTok knew that you're doing that, 100%.
Okay,
like,
I'm tracking.
Like, what's the benefit of like buying followers or viewers? It's like to be like to your friends, yo, look, I got like 10,000 views.
Fucking
like, other than that,
bragging rights,
and that's not even a benefit in itself. Yeah, like that's it.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, Shadow, he mentioned somebody that they figured out how to break TikTok, right? They figured out how to get millions of views on their videos, and they don't pay for anything. But they do things in like it plays just a little clip or whatever, and then the algorithm just fucking goes and he's got like tens and tens of thousands of fucking followers. It's like, how the fuck did you do that? And he goes, well, he's breaking the system. Like he's not. And all those followers aren't really like people. Yeah, he did, but I can't remember for the life of me of who it was. Because he said that this person showed him
talking about me.
Is it?
I'm assuming because he said that before. So like, there's a specific video that so I had multiple different accounts. I've had like an airsoft account like back in the day, and then I would post one video, and then like I woke up and the account had like maybe a couple thousand followers, and it had like over 230,000 followers in basically a day or two. And the video got like 10 mil views. I don't like, it was literally just me taking a plastic airsoft gun and reloading Tarkov. You know how it's like Tarkov animation?
Yeah.
Then you switch. It's like, okay, Battlefield animation's a little bit more, and then Call of Duty's like aggressive and crazy. That's all it was. Like literally that. And
Holy
I did
shit.
that so many times. I kept doing it on different accounts and just to see what would happen. And like every time the video would get like millions of views. I don't know what it is about that. Maybe it's because it's relatable or something. Like, oh, I can relate because Tarkov is like that, or Battlefield is like that. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Oh, fuck you, babe.
I was like,
he may have been talking
ago.
about you. Fuck, he may have been talking about you, which is kind of funny. Because he was like, this motherfucker, he broke it. It's like he broke TikTok.
No,
It's just exactly how he does it.
I should like make a new account, try it again, and see what happens.
Oh my god,
it's probably evolved over time of just like TikTok algorithm stuff. I mean, like the original account, well, the Airsoft account got banned originally just because, you know, scary gun. And it's like, oh, the gun is Airsoft, but it looks real. And TikTok doesn't like guns, so that account originally got banned.
But they don't care about video.
And then, like, I had another, like, I've had like a couple like small accounts doing Airsoft stuff, but you just can't, like, it's not, like, that would be for YouTube Shorts. You upload stuff there for Airsoft stuff.
So do you?
It just depends on like which platform.
So do you only post on TikTok, or do you have stuff on?
Oh yeah.
On other platforms.
Yeah, no, I only post on TikTok. Like, okay. Yeah, pretty much. TikTok.
Is there a reason for that, or are you just like, nah, fuck it, just TikTok?
Like you're talking about like this content specifically?
Yeah.
Like kind of like the furry VR chat stuff.
Yeah.
I literally just do it on TikTok. I guess because majority of the creators are on here, so it's like you can like, it's easier to see, it's easier to talk with people and do collabs or whatever. It's like you're more in the community there. And then it's like if you go on YouTube, it's almost like there's less engagement, there's less of the creators there, and then there's, for some weird reason, there's more hate. I don't know what it is. I have friends that have uploaded videos to YouTube Shorts of the furry stuff, and it's just like all the comments are hates, like hate comments. It's like, so I don't know, like maybe YouTube is just like recommending non-furry people to like furry videos. It makes no sense. But
no, that's been my experience. Like, that's been my experience. Like I uploaded one. I called it Life After OnlyFans, and it's all me in the video, but it's me playing a chick, and I come up and I'm like, I was like, I'm just gonna drop this off. Can you look at my resume? And then I had the recording.
I've seen that, yeah.
PP buddy is not is not a previous, is not a employment history. When I posted that on what the fuck's it called? When I posted that on YouTube Shorts, right? Because I was just going to upload it as a video, but because it was under a minute, they're like, YouTube Short. And I'm just like, okay. And because God, it's just like, do you want to do short? Do you want to do short? It's like, no, motherfucker, I don't want to do a short. I just want to make a fucking video. And but the thing is, when I posted it in like fucking like 3 or 4 hours, it went boom up to 1,000. I was like, Jesus Christ, up to 1,000 views, which is fucking obnoxiously fast for my shit. Because algorithms fucking hate me. Like they fucking hate me. Like I put my heart and soul into a lot of these videos, and then it's like 300 views. I was like, oh, thanks, dick. But it's funny because whenever people usually find me, they go, oh man, this shit's funny. That's just a gold mine. Like that's what I like. That's what I like whenever somebody actually looks at my shit and they go, oh damn, okay, this is actually kind of funny. Oh fuck, there's a bunch of them. There's a shit ton of them. Holy shit. Like, yeah. And it's like I only got like 1 or 2 that did really good, and then the rest are just like, eh. It was like, I just hit 10,000 and I feel special. But anyway, so I posted that video, and dude, half the comments are like fatherless content, fuck you furry, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It's like,
God.
they're like, don't do Hank like that, you dirty furry. And I was like, what? Like, don't do Hank like
people
that.
Get mad because it's like if on TikTok, but if you do that on YouTube, people would be like, you ruined the meme. Wow, you didn't ruin it. You just like, okay, like it doesn't even make any sense. Like, what?
No, I get it. There was
like, how could you ruin it?
There was fuck. I was listening to Joe Rogan, right? And he was talking about somebody, or he was talking with somebody on his podcast, and they're like, yeah, and there's so many people, like so many hate comments. And he goes, dude, you can't read the fucking comments. He goes, just don't. Yeah. Not on YouTube. He goes, don't read them on YouTube. And yeah, I couldn't be further from the fucking truth. Mm-hmm.
You either like don't read them, or you read them. Like, you have to be like, yeah, I guess you have to be okay with hate comments, but like you read them and you just like mess with them, or you just like fuck with them. Yeah. Like usually if I get hate comments on like anything, I'll just go with it, or like I'll just like make fun of it or do whatever. Like I don't really care. It's like at the end of the day, it's just comments. It's just like text on a screen, so it's like who cares? I'll just like play into it or something like that.
Oh, absolutely. There was one dude. I think it was. Yeah, it was I did the Bad Touch. There was a remix of the Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang, and it was pretty fucking good. I like it, and so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a music video for it. So I did a music video. And in the beginning, I was doing it to the regular song, and I was like, I don't want to throw this video away, and I was like, fuck it, I'll cut out the beginning and put it in the beginning of the song, and then the rest of it I'll actually do what I was gonna do for this exact song. And dude, there was a dude who commented on there, and then I can't remember what the fuck he said, but it was like, oh, fuck you furry, and I go, then why did you watch the whole video?
Yeah, like why watch the video? Why comment it? But like, okay, so that's also the thing, is like, you'll have like a video with 10 million views, for example, and like you could have a lot of hate comments. Like you could have like 20,000 hate comments and like maybe like 1,000 like nice comments. The problem is that like people that hate a video, they're not just going to keep scrolling. They're going to comment something like bad or hateful, because it's like they just like, oh, I hate that, I have to comment something. People that like the video, they'll just like it. They'll like hit the heart or whatever, and they're like, oh, I like that. They're less likely to like comment something. Like you do get the nice comments, but you'll get more hate comments because people that hate something, they can't just leave it alone.
Leave it.
To, like say something about it. Like where people that like it, oh, I like that. Yeah, oh, good. I hate that. Oh my God, you ruined my life. Like.
My life with your whole 1 minute video. You ruined my life. Just the fuck.
You ruined a relationship with my mom and my father because you made that video of a meme.
Dude, there was actually, so my talk show kind of came out of that. So I was on Reddit, right? I post on Reddit as well. And dude, oh my fucking God. I made a video, and I was like, let me see. And I made a video of me going to the computer as like in VR, like as, you know, this, right? Yeah. And I made a video about me checking up on my video about my video. Like, and whenever I went in there, I was like, okay, do. And, you know, I'm like mixing a drink in VR, and I go, all right, let's go see how my video did on Reddit. And I sit down, and, and there was a dude, he just goes, can't relate. That's the only thing he fucking posted. Like, that's the only thing he commented. He just goes, can't relate. That's it. And then I was just like, I got this, motherfucker. I got this shit, right? And I sat down, and then I was like, dear sir, madam, and the name was Swamp Tree Owl, and I was like, or promiscuous Swamp Tree Owl. And, dude, I made a whole fucking video about this dude's 2-word comment, and I was like, I am sorry that my content doesn't relate to you. I promise I will do better in the future. Like, I was so fucking snarky.
You're just like messing with it.
I was, and I posted, like, I put the link in the comment, replying to his comment for the video on the subreddit, and people were like, he didn't just fucking do that. And I sure as fuck did. And it was really fucking funny because somebody goes, it's like Furry IRL has its own talk show. And then I was like, and that's when Beans was born, my talk show. And I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'll do it. And so I was like, so I made like a teaser video. And it's funny because I was like, let's see what we can get away with. Like, that's what I fucking said in the video. That's all I said. Let's see what we can get away with. Oh, and so I also asked that community. I was like, hey, since you guys came up with that idea, even though it was just a fucking comment, since you guys came up with it, I want you guys to name it. Because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to call it. Furry IRL talk show? I don't fucking know. And I go, whoever has the top comment, that'll be the name of the show. Like, the most upvoted thing, that's going to be the name of the show. And I was like, oh, I really like this one. Like, there was one I really liked. And I didn't like Beans. And I was like, no, don't pass it. No. Fuck, it's going to be called Beans. I was like, a promise is a promise. It is what it is. So now it's just...
So it's Beans.
Bewhiskered Entertainment and Anthropomorphic News Show. BEANS.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my god. Wow.
Yep, and that's the origin.
You're gonna go into like what it meant.
No, I mean that's what it stands for. It's an acronym. It's an acronym, man. It's an acronym. So it's a furry acronym.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's so it's kind of funny. Again, specific. Pretty much. But it's kind of funny how fucking doing shit on the fly leads to all sorts of crazy shit, right? And I feel like it's kind of gaining traction. The talk show, probably not. Whenever I say gaining traction, I'm like, oh, I got 500 views. Like I'm like, oh, I'm doing great. People are like, I got 300,000. It's like, well, fuck you. How the fuck do you have 30,000 followers?
Some content just takes longer.
Yeah.
If you make unique content, it's whether it gets big fast or slow. Like it's gonna get bigger at some point. It's like the people that like, and nothing against people that make generic content or the same content. It's like if you make content that is separate from everybody else, it's like you're unique now. So now you're on like a whole other level, and then people are going to want to see your content because it's not the same as everything else. It's like, why would you watch a streamer play Fortnite that has like, that's a nobody, like a nobody streamer that just started streaming on Twitch? They have like 2 viewers. Why would you watch them versus like watching like Ninja or something like that? I'm sorry, I actually used Fortnite as an example. That's terrible. That's really cringe. But that's the only thing I could think of. But it's like, why like watch like that small person versus like that? Like, I don't know, I guess it like connects to a certain aspect. It's like, you know, everybody, if 50 people make similar content and then there's like somebody like you, it's like, I mean, for me personally, I'd rather watch like the unique content. It's like, that's like with memes too. It's like people will make like, there's like a sound and then like 50 people make a video to that sound. And then it's just like, it's like all the same stuff. It's like that's fine and all. But it's like, it's just cool to see. It's cool and refreshing to see the unique content and like stuff like you do, stuff like Shadow does, like all the cinematic creators, you know, like Indirius and his like randomized things, Abraxas and his like unhinged screaming. Like, it's just, like everybody's their own character. Like
yes. Yeah. And so and I talked to Nice Wolf about this and a few other people. I feel like the Nice Wolf, me, Shadow, Polaris, Brambles, you know, these content creators, right? I feel like we're like a generation, right? Because the people who came before us, I would consider like Monty Wolf, Mr. Bubbles, fucking Bardic RJ, you know, those guys, right? I would consider them the generation, you know, before us, and so they're very successful because they make everything unique, right? And when I first started looking at TikTok, I got tired of seeing the same fucking thing again and again and again.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, fuck, man. Like, it was funny the first 2 times, not the next 18. Fucking, but it's.
Yeah.
I don't want to like shit on people's parades or anything, but like it gets old after a while, right? And I know it's fun for people to do it. I know it's fun, but I feel like it's a really fast way to move up and then stop. Like you're gonna go Erk! And you're gonna hit a wall at some point.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna be like, oh, that's just. Same thing with thirst traps,
and like,
right?
You could like.
We'll get into that in a minute. So go ahead. But we'll get into that in a minute.
Before that, it's like you can take a sound that everybody makes, but like put your own twist to it. So it's like put like your own like signature thing that only you do. Like maybe you don't want to make a different video, but it's like if you take that same audio that everybody's doing, something popular, and you put your own twist onto it. So it's like then you have that like unique, genuine aspect that's yours, which is cool. But I don't know, like I'm in the same boat as you. Sometimes, I'm just taking a shit on the toilet, out work, 30-minute shit, and I look through TikTok and I'm like, I've seen the same video like 15 times. It's like, I don't know, it's not bad, but it's just like you kind of get tired of like, oh, there's a new sound, that sound, we're gonna be hearing that sound 15 times a day for the next week.
Yeah, no, fuck yeah, it's like that. Like those people that come up with those things, they're so fucking creative. The very first TikTok as far as VR chat content I've ever seen was with Bones Collie, and I don't know if you met him, but me and him have started to have a pretty good friendship. Like me and him are like hanging out pretty much every day now. Okay, so he did a like a furry cover of a video. And I thought that was the funniest shit, right? And then and the video was called Spiders. It's called Spiders. And then he's like, all right, guys, you guys get to know each other. And like, I'll be right back. And the dude leaves. And it's all the same guy in the video. Like, if you watch it, dude's awkward as fuck. Yeah. But it's fucking hilarious because he plays this role so damn good. And he just does skit after skit after skit. And people take it, and then they make their own versions of it, right? And I'm just like, damn, that's how this motherfucker is so famous, because people are taking his shit, and then he's getting credit for all of his
people
stuff.
Are taking his sounds.
Yeah. And dude, it was so damn funny because he walked out, and then he goes, oh, so how do you know Kevin or whatever his name was? And he goes, is it the spiders? And he's like, the spiders? And he's like he's got more
like one specific thing.
Yeah, and then he goes, is it the spider? And then he goes the spiders? He goes, yeah, he has more spiders in his house than average. What's average? 38. Fucking just fucking goes for it. He's just like no, it's not because of the spiders. And he goes I don't know anything about spiders. He goes, well, you're not looking hard enough. And he goes, I'm not looking at all. It's just like, it's a whole fucking thing. Yeah. It's fucking hilarious. And but yeah, anyway, so that's the video that really got me to pretty much VR chat. Like I already had VR chat, but I was one of those people that like did it a couple times, and I was like, I can't see the utility in this, right? And I was one of those people who's just like, I'm just gonna play fucking Pavlov and smoke some kids, fucking right? And having a good time doing that shit. But after a while, man, I was starting to get kind of burnt out of it. And then I had a friend of mine go, hey, do you want to go to a VR chat party? And I was like, what's that? It's like a party in real fucking life, but in a video game with everybody here.
But in VR chat, yeah. I love VR chat parties.
Dude, they're fucking fantastic. But anyway, before we get sidetracked on this tangent, thirst traps. Thirst traps. They're a fucking thing.
Oh
my God.
Well, that was a good interview.
No, I mean, that's a whole fucking thing. So,
thirst traps.
Dude, that's like half of TikTok Live. Half of fucking TikTok Live. And it's fucking ridiculous. Like, dude, oh my God. I was just swiping, letting my dogs out. Yeah, go ahead.
Just before we do that, I just want to say something. Benjamin City, shall I? Cheers, my friends.
There you go.
Simple. Best believe it. Oh, Japanese, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, continue.
You're fine. The
I just had to do that, you know.
You gotta cleanse yourself.
Okay, wait. One more thing.
Mhm.
I like halfway through this, I noticed that you had face tracking. I'm like,
I do.
oh no.
I do.
Eyes. I'm like, oh, now I'm like really nervous because I can see him looking at me.
yeah. When I'm looking at you, I'm actually looking at you. And actually, I made a fucking video about that too. It's like before face and eye tracking. It's like, look at my new avatar, and then you look down, like, but you have a regular VR avatar, and then you don't notice. And I go, but with face and eye tracking, I'm like staring down in her ass, and it's like,
it's so cool. I love looking at people's faces that have like all the interactions. It's so cool. One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand up and plug this in, but don't mind, my character's broken, so I'm gonna like kind of move around awkwardly. It's gonna be really cringe.
No, you're good, man. Go take your time.
I'm just gonna plug in this 30-foot extension cord. Because that's how you play VR, is with the extension cord.
That's true.
Alright, sweet. Okay, I'm good.
But yeah, so I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this chick with these fucking painted on yoga pants, right? And I was just like,
oh no.
The fuck? And she's cooking breakfast. I'm like, my bitch, you know what you're doing?
Wait,
and of course the camera's
a real person?
Yes, a real fucking person. Like, their ass is towards the camera, and it's like the camera's only looking at her ass. Dude, that's like half of fucking TikTok, and it's ridiculous. I saw another one, and I told Shadow about this one, where there was the chick where she had a skirt on, but it's like right there. Like, it's right fucking there, right? And and the dude, and there's a fan blowing on the skirt, and it's like, and people are just fucking staring at it like, come on, like, make it go up, and I'm just like, oh my god, fucking wasting people's fucking time, man. And and people are just throwing money at her. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why do you give this bitch money? She didn't do anything. She didn't do any fucking thing. And same thing with the chicks who just lay in the bed.
Like,
what's that?
Hot dog.
Oh my god, the fucking NPC thing. The fucking NPC bullshit. Oh my god.
Hot dog, thanks for the sub. Hey Foxy, I'm bored. You wanna go watch Barnyard?
Barnyard? The fuck?
Yeah, shout out Furious Furry. Yeah, shit, yeah, there you go.
I think
I'm not even gonna tell you the context of that.
You know what? I'm good. I'm good with it. Dude, I have nothing but fucking bad experiences with that fucking thirst trap stuff. Just because it's so fucking annoying. And also,
it just floods TikTok. It's sad.
Well, yeah, it definitely does. But one thing that I discussed with Shadow, right? He said that he knows somebody, and you might be able to, you might know somebody who has done this, right? He goes, I know somebody who started their platform as a thirst trap, right? And they built their audience upon this. Then, whenever they decided they don't want to do it anymore, they make one video outside of that, and then it's nothing but all these horny dudes fucking, trying to talk to her. And she goes, I'm not in a place for that. And he's just like, you fucking...
I haven't heard of that specifically, but like, I'm not surprised. I mean, like, there's plenty of like TikToker, like just creators that are like thirst trapping, whether they're inside or outside of VR chat. But yeah, I mean, people do like anything.
Yeah,
literally.
And I think
surprised at this point.
I think the two fastest ways to grow an audience is either one to follow other people's sounds, follow the trends, right? And this is just if you just want to build fucking followers. That's it. Like, there's no consistency to it, but you just want to get as many people as fast as possible. You either do just those sounds or your thirst trap. Those two, you're pretty much guaranteed to build as fast as you want. But the downside is you ain't going to get people that you really want to have a fucking conversation with. Like,
well, you can't really go anywhere with it. Like,
exactly.
Like, that too is like you're not gonna really have genuine interactions because everybody's gonna be like looking at your ass or whatever the fuck. Like, you're only there for like one thing, and it's not even really for you. It's for like what you're showing, I guess. And it's like, can you really grow from that? Can you really do anything? Can you start as like a thirst TikTok creator and then like build a career out of it on like YouTube doing stuff? Not really. I mean, like the most parts, like you'll see like big creators, like big dancing people that like have 10 million on TikTok. And they go to all these other social media platforms and they get no one because nobody cares. They're literally just on TikTok and that's all they care about. Like, I want to watch my TikTok dancing woman that eats like banana. I don't want to like go over there and look at it on YouTube. Like, sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. No,
it's and that's and I think that might be, well, I don't want to say it's TikTok specific because Instagram is full of that shit too. Like, holy fuck. Oh my god, this is fucking everywhere.
Sorry.
Yeah,
X.
well, yeah, X. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, dude, X is Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it, man. Like that, it's the one I do the worst on. Like, hands fucking down. Like, I have like nobody. Like, so on TikTok, just to give you a reference as far as whenever this video is made, I have 10,000, I think 100 followers. And on YouTube, I have 400. On Instagram, I have like maybe 400. It's like 360 or something like that. Maybe 4, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And then you go over to fucking Twitter, it's like 130. It's like, well, fuck. Like, I am awful at this. And then I look at my friend who started his Twitter at the exact same fucking time I did, and he's got 1,000 people because he does like the VR chat furry porn shit. So that's what he does. And I'm just like,
oh yeah. Well,
these motherfuckers. You motherfuckers.
That's what, X is for almost.
Well, it's supposed to be an open. It's just supposed to be open platform, no moderation, right? Except for terrorism and an actual, like, when I say terrorism, I mean like fucking communicating for terrorist activities, right? Shit like that. And I think that's pretty much fucking it. And fucking, kiddie shit, like people doing shit with kids. So I think those are like the two things that's it. That's the only two things that they actually do. And I kind of get it because it's kind of showing just how people are. Like, you have free reign to make whatever the fuck you want. So you make it what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
And I get it.
Yeah. I've never even really liked Twitter. Like, I've used Twitter for so long. Just not like here and there back in the day, but it's like I've never really liked Twitter. It's like Facebook for me. I hate Facebook. Twitter's
yes. Like, oh my god, yes. I don't really
like using it in general.
Yes. Oh fuck, dude. I made a Facebook page for this fucking persona, right? Not one fucking follower, and I was like, "Fuck this," and that's why I just deleted that shit. I'm done with that.
They're like old. Everybody's like 40 years old. They're like, "Yeah, look at my truck, Bod. Just bought it today. Cut the grass, drink a beer, drive my truck." Like that, like pretty much.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what I do.
I can't see furry content, even furry content on Facebook. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't think
it was. I didn't have any fucking thing. Like, I was like, fuck it. I'm done with that. It was ridiculous. And
like Instagram Reels would be.
Like, yes.
For Instagram, it would be that, but like Reels, like Facebook owns Instagram, so it's like Reels can show up on Facebook anyway. So I guess it's like you kind of on Facebook at the same time, in a sense. Like, even if you didn't exclusively post on Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram's kind of its own animal though. Like, so whenever I post like pictures, like pictures in VR or whatever, whenever I post pictures, I put that shit on Instagram, and I don't put it anywhere else. Like, there's nowhere else to fucking do photos and shit. Like, you can put it on Twitter, but you're gonna do that shit like one at a time, right? And it's gonna be fucking annoying because then you have to do all the hashtags and all that shit. And then, and then you ain't gonna be posting pictures on YouTube, and you ain't gonna be posting pictures on fucking TikTok. Like, people do, but people go, no, okay, cool, right? If I can swipe up, they don't give a
Yeah.
shit. They want to see videos, and I, oh man, so there's a purpose for me for Instagram, right? But Twitter, man, like I'm a fucking idiot. Like I'm just I'd put whatever on there, and then every now and then I get another follower.
Yeah, just put whatever, yeah.
Just every now and then I get an
It's
extra
random.
person.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I mean, like, TikTok's the easiest platform to grow on. And it's like YouTube Shorts is also like probably like the second easiest platform to grow on. But it's like TikTok I've always found like, or I've always found Instagram like hard to like even grow anything on there. Like same with Twitter, I guess. So I kind of just like I'll post random stuff on like Twitter, Instagram, just kind of like here and there, like no meaning. It's more at that point. It's more just like Instagram's for my own memory. It's like I can look back on that and like
ooh,
look
that's
at
interesting.
it, like, years down the road.
I didn't think
if people
about
want
that.
to follow it, then it's like then that's fine.
I didn't think about that. Like
I do that a lot with like content and stuff, but
that's a really good perspective. Like honestly, like that's a really interesting perspective for the Instagram, because that's kind of like your memory book, like your scrapbook, right? Fuck.
yeah, in a sense, yeah. It's just public, and like I guess like friends and family can see, and if people want to follow you, then just like I guess like an added bonus or something like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That makes me want to post a lot more fucking videos, or a lot more pictures now, because I got a fuck ton of just random pictures of me and my friends. And yeah, that's really interesting, man. I didn't think about that. Now you gave me a new perspective on something.
Yeah, I mean, it's one way of doing it. I mean, like you could even just have it, I assume, private. I'm pretty sure, if you didn't want anybody seeing it. But it's like, at least it's like it's there. You know, unless it gets like deleted or like hacked, banned or something like that, it's probably gonna be there for like ever.
In the cloud. In the cloud.
Yeah, in the cloud somewhere.
You can use it to spy on you.
Yeah. We'll fucking sell your data, man. Sell your furry data to the Chinese and the Russians, so they know how you vote.
You're gonna get all this information of like furries, and you're like, so like they're a furry, but like who are they really? Like they have like real people information, furry information. But furry information has the furry names. You may have an age, but it's like, well, who's the person? What, we have an image of a fox, but we don't know who they are. Who's this person? They have like they have to like, all right, here's a furry. Oh, okay, put it in the furry folder. All right, oh, real person.
The furry folder.
Go over there. There's like a separate like, furry database of information or something. Like that.
Dude, you know they have a fucking like they have to have like a whole section just for VR chat. Just shit that happens in VR chat is its own fucking thing. It's a whole other world. Just anything that's colorful and cool, put it in there.
Yeah. You just keep that separate. VR is crazy.
It is.
Oh, yeah, especially the black cat. All the bad content comes from the black cat.
Oh god. Yeah, that's like the cesspool. Or one's optimized world. That's another one.
Yeah, see, the other one I would say is Midnight Rooftop. Midnight Rooftop and Black
Cat. Oh
fuck,
yeah.
Like, the most popular but worst places to go.
God, I haven't been to Midnight Rooftop.
Actually, on that topic, you know what's sad?
What's that?
When I point my fingers, I look weird. Okay. You know what? Like, what's sad is the fact that like you have all these creators that make amazing worlds. There's some worlds that I can't even believe that are in VR chat, and there's like no one there. The Black Cat, very generic, looks like shit. 7 million people there, but this world that somebody put effort into, there's like no one there. It's like why? Like nobody. It's like people don't know, or they just don't care. But I mean, like I guess those were like Black Cat's probably optimized, but it's like. You see these nice worlds, and they're so nice, and for filming, and a lot of people use very similar worlds or the same worlds or very generic worlds for filming. It's like there is literally infinite worlds that look a million times better than like the generic worlds to use. Like, I see more now people using different worlds, but it's like I'd love for people to just use so much different worlds, just because it's like it's like showing off the person's like, oh, it's like the creator's like, oh, they use my world. That's cool. It's like you're getting like a little bit more attention to that world. Like a lot of people will comment like, oh, what world is that? And
yes.
Like the world name, and then people check it out.
Yep.
Instead of like, oh, Black Cat. Oh, Midnight Rooftop. Okay. Like, it's just cool to see like the people that put effort into the content get recognized for it. whether
Yeah,
it's
dude.
like videos or like any
Mhm.
form of media in general, especially
Dude,
like
that's the other
avatar
half,
creator
right?
or world creators.
That's the other half. You
Yeah.
got the cool avatars, but there's also the cool fucking worlds. Like this place. This place is cool. And the thing is, the only thing I
Yeah.
wanted to like tell the creator of this world is, can you make a toggle so that I'm not sitting in this fucking chair? Like I keep clicking on it. Like, can you just get rid of it? Like,
Oh yeah. Is there
just have
no
a toggle.
chair
There
toggle?
is not a chair toggle in this place, and it's funny because they have a
Really?
Discord
Wow.
over there, right, on that little sign, and you go to punch it in, and it goes, "Oh, this
Yeah.
link doesn't work anymore." Fuck! Like, how the fuck am I to
Oh, so
contact
that
this
doesn't
person?
work, yeah.
So,
That's
yeah,
the thing
that's
too, is like lighting. I love worlds that like have like the lighting settings, or well, yeah, like
oh
lighting,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
night or like a different color, a different brightness. But then it's like
Or
the
the
worlds that
weather.
have dynamic lighting.
Dude,
Oh
the
my, oh,
fucking
and the
weather is.
weather. Oh my
Oh
God,
fuck
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, I'll rack
It's
out
so
listening in
good.
the rain, man.
Yep.
Dude, that's yeah. Yeah, the creativeness that people have in VR chat is fucking phenomenal. And I hope to one day get my
Well, it's
own little
like that.
podcast world.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, you should have your own like podcast. See, I thought that news world was shadows, but I guess it's not. Like that's just like
Fuck no.
general world,
Yep.
which is wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Another thing is the PT world. Yeah, you know, like the demo, like PT demo of like back in the day. It's like the Silent Hill demo, I think that was on like PS4 or something like that. That's
Oh,
the
Jesus.
world that you use for the bamboo thing. That was like a little mini teaser game that was, I'm pretty sure, on PS4. And it had like that one guy from Walking Dead, and it was like a Silent Hill kind of game or something like that. They didn't do anything with it. It kind of just got scrapped, I guess. But it's like they literally took that whole game and put it in VR chat. That's the world. You go around the world in the actual PS4 game. You interact with the objects. You keep going through the door, and it like cycles you through. It's like a little horror experience. Somebody got that in VR chat. Like, and it's exactly the same thing. You interact with the objects, go through the door, it repeats, all the events happen. Like, the fact that you can even do that in general, like people take like Dark Souls 1 main like area, like the Firelink Shrine, or I think it's Majula. They literally put that in the game. Like people are like ripping files from video games and putting them in VR chat.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
is I don't know if that's necessarily bad, but I mean it's great because it's like now we can do this content or even just enjoy our like games that we never thought we could just be in VR with friends, which is like it's just like it's fascinating what people do. Like,
oh, dude, and the fact that you can
I'd love
watch
to be,
any
I'd love
movie,
to learn
any
world
show,
creation.
dude, there.
Yeah, that
Fucking
too.
everything
That's,
is here, man.
That like,
Everything.
blew my mind when I first got on VR, and I was like, you can I couldn't believe you could watch TV shows and movies in VR of like the newest stuff. And I'm like, isn't this like pirated or like isn't that like bad? But I think like I read somewhere that it's like fine somehow. There's like I don't remember what it said, but it was something
I don't
like
know.
that it was okay.
But I will say
somehow.
this,
I mean,
like
that's great.
I'm sure people would disagree with me on this, but I think you'll agree. I think we are right now in the golden age of VR chat / VR, because if you really think about it, we are at the same like level of development as video games were in the early 2000s and the 90s, right? It's just now starting.
Yeah.
People are just now starting to kind of look at it and go, oh, this is interesting, before all the new rules start coming out, before they start regulating fucking everything we do. This is the time. This is the good time. And in all honesty, like I think we need to embrace it and just enjoy it for what we have, because it will not last
100%,
forever.
Yeah. I mean, like, well, there's the fact that like you can have like real life objects in a game. Like there's like clothing brands you can have. You don't have to like do anything. You don't have to ask them. You don't have to pay the company. You can just make an avatar with clothing of like certain clothing brands. There's like there's like cars that like the Porsche that I have that I did a video with. Like that's an actual Porsche. There's actual brands. There's actual companies, and it's like you're not gonna get in trouble. Like that's just it's like a game.
Yep.
But like I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if one day it's like, oh, copyright. No, you can't use McDonald's burger because it's copyright. Like,
Maybe
it'll probably happen one day, but
and then McDougal's will come out. McDougal's.
Yeah.
That'll become a thing. But Marlin, I think we can go ahead and wrap it up now. It's been about an hour. How crazy is that? How fast did that go by?
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, there's just, there's one thing I want to say on the podcast just before I leave. I've been like, it's been a really hard time lately, and like ever since I got in VR, like before VR chat, it was a really hard, rough time, and there's just like, I think like I just really wanted to say something to you, like I'm just so thankful the fact that you like brought me on here and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hope you don't like judge me for this or anything, but I'm saying it. Faded in the hole, faded in the hole, faded in the hole, faded in the hole, peculiar. Best believe.
Oh my god.
Anyways, thank you for listening to my rant. All right, one more thing before I go. I just want to thank Abraxas Sonnet for everything that he's done. He's been such a good friend, best I've ever had. Love more than a friend at this point. And if it wasn't for him, I most likely wouldn't be here. The amount of times he's got me out of trouble, helped me with like so many life things. It's fucking insane. So shout out to you. I'm here all because of him. And
Thank you.
You need to have him on your show. You talk about crazy people. Abraxas is crazy. In a good way.
Oh, we'll see, man. We'll see. But again, thank you for coming on the show. And thank you, Abraxas.
Thanks for having me.